Hey guys, welcome back for episode 2 of the Atheist Muggle series. And yeah, I've been pretty busy since the last one. We finished up episode 1 at 731 total level. I'm over 1000 now. I really want to get into that PVM grind, so I'm going to have to fast track as much of this as I can. Let me show you some of what I've been up to. After the last episode, I smashed out a few basic quests. Diamond in the Rough, Jack of Spades, and the Waterfall quest. A bit late on that one, I know. I came here to find Gertrude's cat. I did the Little Helper quest. And the Restless Ghost. I then threw that prayer lamp as far away from myself as I could. I claimed my free farming XP from beehives, and that pushed me all the way up to 36. I can now do the player-owned farm. My daily visit to the evil Bloodwood tree put some more cash in my pocket. I'm not so worried now about being permanently broke, but I'm gonna have to save up for a while. I've got some expensive buys coming up, including my spare life. I snuck in some more smithing. Adamant burial sets and arrowheads got me to 60. And after all that, it was back to the mining guild, again, to gather more materials for level 70. Now that I have the dungeoneering levels, I can access this handy resource dungeon for Dracolith. Oh, I also used these feathers from episode 1 to get some fletching levels. With Menopause unlocked, Scarabs have got me to 17 Slayer, and I've done a few other things. You'll see. Okay, we finally unlocked the daily challenges. After doing the basic ones, you don't get any rewards for those. But we got lucky here. We got construction daily, a herb daily, and a woodcutting daily. The herb and the construction ones are really important. I need those levels to get to player-owned farms. But I was recently told to check out the weekly progress. Now Jagex must be really excited about this weekly because they included a typo over here. You don't see that every day. But yeah, there's a Gift of the Reaper here that I'm not going to be able to claim because the event, or the weekly rather, ends in 2 days. I have already gained the daily token here. I'm hoping I can maybe claim the Shattered Animal because that will help me get to Bladed Dive. Speaking of weeklies, the weekly reset is tomorrow, I think, so I figured I'd come over here and do the Herbie Werby weekly. I thought I could take advantage of the war effect and gain extra XP here, but obviously not. Okay, I guess it's the normal XP rates for me. Let's see how much I actually get. At level 7 herb, it shouldn't be that much. Yeah, 20 XP, oh, that's fine. It's going to reset tomorrow anyway, so let's get this done. And with Herbie Werby done, that's level 17 herb lore. I'm going to go back up here and talk to this guy up top. It's got a little shop here that we can take advantage of. Not many people actually know about this, but he sells these spirit seeds. Or ancient seeds, they're called actually. I'm going to buy 2 of those, and I can plant these to come straight back here in future. I won't have to run all the way. It does become a pain doing it every week, so having a stack of these is also useful for doing Big Game Hunter. You can teleport right here and go and hunt this plot over here too. If you're doing Slayer, you can get to Liverworts real quick too. Very, very useful. I still need those pesky construction levels, so I'm here to do the New Foundations quest and the other ones that come after it leading up to Unwelcome Guests. Now, it's probably playing for you guys like 10 times faster, but this thing takes a minute to build. And when I say a minute, I mean many minutes. Did indeed take a very long time, but it's done. I can finally gain my bonus XP. Actually, that being said, no, do I still have to build this building? No, I can get my bonus XP. Good. Now, I expected to get like 35, maybe even 40 construction, but this exceeded my expectations. 45 construction for doing this quest. This is an amazing starter quest. If you're making a new account, you should get this done as soon as you can. Every time I come back to these animal islands, I hate it just a fraction more than the last time. The good thing is though, I've got a lot of XP from here. It's a necessary part of the grind. I can show you what I've been up to. 8,000 reward currency. That means I've got just enough to buy Tuska's Wrath for our upcoming Slayer grind and the sacrifice ability. Normally, I would take a devotion as well, but given that we don't have prayers, we'll leave this for never. And Transfigure is kind of useless to me. Font of Life acquired. It's an extra 500 HP. I think I'll go ahead and get a few more archaeology levels whilst I'm here. After being forcibly reduced to a low brain function, I've completed a Reaper Slayer. At Public Crosis. Not so easy. So I've been sat here wondering how I'm going to get to 65 Hunter, because I really wanted my Ring of Life. And a good friend of mine reminded me that there's actually a quest I could do to get one. Now this is a one-time deal, so if my IQ drops into single digits and I end up using this one, well, I'll either have to hope that I'm already 65, or I'll then have to actually grind for 65. But for now, we're lucky I've got one to use. Sweet. After all that preparation, Smoking Kills is complete. That means I'll now be getting the full amount of Slayer points, and I can go on a long Slayer grind to train up my stats. Cue the music. So I just got done with Tazar City, and I got myself an Obsidian Cape. Now I believe this is going to be my bestest slot for a little while, at least until I get an Ava's Accumulator and that's upgrade, or a Fire Cape, or a Skill Cape, so we'll be seeing a lot of this thing. I also did the honours of getting myself my Rune Armour, a bit less like a noob now. And I have 635 Desert Souls left of the 1500 I started with. I burnt a bunch of them. There is a good reason for that, see. I would have done the Family Crest quest. Try saying that 10 times fast. I would have done it, but I can't, because there's a boss in that requires you to use one of each elemental spell. The only workaround for that is to use the Death Touch Dart, which I don't have. Buying it from the Travelling Merchant costs 5 mil. As you can see, I only have 1.8 mil. I am still a peasant. But we'll get there eventually. Before we use this food here, I'm sure I'll have it. I also got myself to 50 Slayer. I should now be able to get a Blood Verdon task. That should get me a few resources that I need, but only for the early levels. I also decided that the skill I'm going to go for ports will be Slayer. I figured that an untrimmed Slayer cape for this account would be a very nice flex. With Necromancy just revealed, I want to hear your thoughts. Would leveling it up make me no longer a Muggle? Or do you think it would make a nice augment for the account? Since the gods won't smile upon me, maybe the undead should. With that being said, I'm out of time for this one. So now we're back at that typical time of the video, where I do the typical YouTuber thing, and ask you to do the things that YouTubers typically ask you to do. And now that you've done that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.